Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You can feel the energy in the air. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Selamat malam. Selamat malam. Vanakkam. Wan Shanghao. Residents, before I start my speech, look behind you at the banner. Take a minute. What does it say? Residents first. Why? It's not just a slogan. How many of you would have seen a video of something that happened at my MPS a few weeks ago? I think many people have watched the video. Right? What did I say in the video? I look after my residents first. So it is part of my DNA. It's part of Libiwa's DNA. It's part of the DNA of these candidates here. Residents first. It's not just a slogan. The slogan represents what we are and why we are here. Thank you. I want to explain whatever happens. I may be a minister. Some of them may become ministers. We always put our residents first because we don't forget that we are MPs on the ground. And I want to thank, before I start my speech, the candidates, the previous term MPs who helped make Nishun what it is today. Louis Ng, Derek, Carrie, they worked hard, and each of them has explained why they are stepping down, and I'm sad to see them go. Prof. Faisal, of course, is in Marine Parade. But tonight, I want to speak with you about some issues that are of importance to the country, and it's important to you. I'll touch a little bit on the country. I'll touch a little bit on the Nisun. Now, what are many of you worried about? What are our residents worried about? What are Singaporeans worried about? Jobs. What's going to happen to our jobs? They are worried about cost of living. You know what's happening. American tariffs are affecting everyone around the world. They will affect Singapore. How? Investments that come in. If you have money, now you're not going to invest. You're going to wait to see what happens. So investments will slow down. That means new job creation is going to be affected. Businesses are going to be affected. Our Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister Gan Kim Yong, SM Lee Hsien Loong, many others have all spoken about it. Because of tariffs, investors are going to hold back. As we walk around, not just now, but after the 2nd of April, I meet many people on the ground. I ask them, and they tell me, yes, either it has affected, or they are worried, or they think it's going to affect. Why? One person was in logistics. He told me, logistics is moving goods from place to place, sending overseas. He's got many employees. What's going to happen? Because the orders are coming down. He cannot export. And if he cannot export, what is going to happen to his employees? These are serious things. Another person, packing. He does labels on packages. Business has gone down by 50%. Another person, MNC, multinational corporation, big American corporation in Singapore, employing more than 1,000 employees. They have said, freeze, restructure. We don't know what's going to happen. Because ultimately, many things go to America. America has imposed tariffs. Even if Singapore is 10%, many of our items go to other countries like Vietnam, China, and then from there they go to America. 40%, more than 100% tariffs. So exports are affected. Mr. Trump has said that the tariffs are suspended for 3 months. Maybe after 3 months, position will become clearer. But you and I cannot say what's going to happen. It all depends on what America does. We don't control what America does. We don't control what China does. But what we can control is prepare ourselves. We are not a country that waits for trouble. We prepare beforehand. This is a serious business. In this rally, you don't get fun and games, you get serious issues talked about. These are real matters that are affecting people. That is why the Prime Minister has formed an inter-ministerial committee chaired by DPM Gan Kim Yong. When we had COVID, the Prime Minister worked closely with DPM Gan. He knows what the man can do. Quiet, but very effective. Nice man. One of the nicest men I've come across, but very effective. We saved lives and we saved jobs during COVID. So the Prime Minister appointed him as his Deputy Prime Minister the moment he became Prime Minister. And what is DPM doing now? What is Singapore doing now? We are trying to talk to many countries to try and create a new framework for trading. We are also talking to the Americans. DPM Gan Kim Yong is talking to Secretary Lutnick, US Commerce Secretary, talking to them about the tariffs on Singapore, on pharmaceuticals, on chips. These are very important exports from Singapore to the US, direct. And I can say, without going into details, the first few discussions between DPM Gan Kim Yong and Secretary Lutnick have been good because there is trust. They have been good, but it's a long road. And both men, Secretary Lutnick from America and DPM Gan, agreed that we should try and find a solution. If we can find a solution, it saves jobs, it saves businesses. So we can all hope that if DPM Gan remains in government after the 3rd of May, he can play the role of saving jobs in Singapore. And as we say, things are happening outside by big countries, but luckily, over the 60 years, we have built up our reserves. We have a very good education system. Our people are well educated. They can do the jobs. People trust Singapore. So investors will choose Singapore. And we are preparing ourselves. We don't wait for trouble to come. And as Prime Minister says, regardless of what happens, the storm may be brewing, thunder, lightning, but never fear. as Singaporeans. Never fear. Together, if Singaporeans choose us as the government, together, this government, which has led Singapore for more than 60 years, from third world to first in one generation, the same values, the same hard work, the same competency, we, working with you, with the reserves, and with our abilities, and with your unity, we can overcome any challenge. I talked about DPM Gone and the COVID task force. Let me now move on to another topic. This is one of the reasons why in the budget this year, we already put in a lot of benefits for families because we knew some things might happen, and if they happen, we better prepare our people. And as Prime Minister has said, we will do more if necessary. Many people are concerned about cost of living, groceries, essential items, food. We know that. So let me make 2 points on that. What are we doing about it? The first, the best way in which we can help people on cost of living is to make sure everyone gets a job and everyone gets a good job. And try and bring the best investments into Singapore, create good jobs in Singapore for Singaporeans, let your salaries go up. That is, we are helping you to help yourself, and that is the best way of dealing with rising costs. When people have jobs, it's easier to pay their bills. And unemployment in Singapore is now less than 3%. The second way, jobs are good, but when costs are going up, you need to give additional assistance. So you saw last year's budget, and this year, last year when the Prime Minister gave the budget, many people thought election was coming because he gave so much. But no elections. This year, again he gave because we know that cost of living is a factor. So a lot of money was given. A lot of people don't realize how much money. Let me just share with you some details. A typical retired couple in a 3-room flat this year will get nearly $7,500 from the government. If you are a middle-income couple, 3 young children living in a 4-room flat, you will get about $7,000 in total. If you are a 3-generation family living in a 5-room flat, 3-generation family, typically nearly $11,000. Now, if you are a couple living in a condo, 2 young children, you will get about $4,000. Now, some people ask about GST. Why GST? Why now? Let me give you a few basic points. One, You look around Singapore, you look around Yishun, the people whom once I saw young, now are on wheelchairs. Our society is aging. By 2030, for every 2 persons below 65, 1 person will be above 65. Healthcare costs are going up. Who is going to pay for them? How are we going to pay for them? We don't wait for the problem. Now, I've seen some of the things that the opposition has been saying. This one can be free, that one can be free, no need for GST, no need for any tax. You know, some people say you have reserves. You know, when politicians tell you, vote for me, you don't have to pay for anything, and everything can be free, I think you better ask some questions, whether you can trust that. Because that might work for a few years. After that, you see what is happening in all the other countries, where the politicians tell you. It's a question of values. Our Singaporean values, our Asian values. We spend what we earn. We don't say, we can spend if you don't put the money aside. You look at when people tell you, you can spend without having to pay for something. In a few years, your future, your children's future, and the country's future will go down. We are successful because we always tell the truth directly. We face reality. But at the same time, we know, because of inflation, many people will, find the cost high, and we should take care of them. But who pays the GST? Mostly paid by the top 20% and foreigners who come into Singapore. They pay most of the GST. And what do? We take that money and we distribute that to all those people who are less well off. So this is a direct transfer from people who are well off and foreigners. We are taking from them, they are not complaining, and giving it to the people who are less well off. Now, many of you would not have known what Ministry of Finance has said. For those majority of Singaporean households, what the government gives will more than pay for 5 years of GST. So 5 years you're not paying any GST. So opposition is not telling you the truth. They make you frightened. They say the inflation is because of GST. What is the truth? Majority of Singaporean households will get more money from the government than they will pay in GST for 5 years. And if you're lower income, what the government is giving you will more than pay for 10 years of GST. And where is this money coming from? The top 20% plus foreigners. That is the design of this GST. And the government has said the GST voucher scheme is going to be made permanent. And it will be given to lower income, middle income, and many retiree households. Now, this is not new. This is not new. This was all announced some time ago, but most people don't know. So today, some of you, I think for you it is news because you haven't heard about this before. But actually, government has already announced all of this. We don't do something without thinking through on how to help our people who need help. So, again, I say, never fear. Economy, jobs, living expenses, as long as you are prepared to work, the government will take care of you. We don't have the welfare system that some European countries have. You can work, you don't work. You want a lot of money, not easy to get. But as long as you are prepared to do your part, government is there to help and support. And of course, some, because of medical issues, because of situation outside of their control, they need help, they can't work. Of course, the government is helping. Many schemes, many projects. So that is the scheme, that is the design in Singapore. Let me now say something about my primary role, the primary role of the candidates if we are elected, if we get your trust as MPs in Nee Soon. Because we always come back to Nee Soon after talking about the country. I have spent most of my adult life as your MP. More than half of my life as an MP here. Some people think I've stayed too long, but I think most of my residents don't think so. In that period, I, like many of you, have seen how Nee Soon has developed. It is now the healthcare hub of the North. It's got a major hospital, 2 polyclinics, many other healthcare centers. The connectivity has improved. The North-South corridor will cut travel time by more than 30 minutes. You have got the new Seletar MRT line coming. In the last 5 years alone in Nee Soon, the work of the MPs, we built 1,800 meters of new linkways, nearly 27 kilometers of cycling paths to make sure people can cycle within Nee Soon. All these, I, with the other MPs, sit, we work through the routes, we get the money, and we do it. You decide how many MPs can do it. We have new drop-off points, new fitness corners, new playgrounds, 9 new community gardens. Many of you have seen the Home Team NS Khatib Clubhouse, 21,000 square meters, opened in 2021. Many facilities for young people, young families, indoor adventure hub, slides, obstacle courses, climbing facilities, playgrounds, swimming pool, much more. It's a wonderful building. And you know what? We don't have any plans to stop. If the residents of Nee Soon, all of you, give us your support, give us your vote, our plans, more covered linkways, more upgrading of playgrounds, more adult and elderly fitness corners, ramps, and jacuzzis at Nee Soon East Oasis Water Park. more upgrades, more improvements, more for you. Second, we don't just build buildings and structures. We take the approach that we have to build a community. We care for our people, young, old, vulnerable. Education, healthcare, care programs. We have helped thousands of families. People ask, what do the MPs do? Some people ask, some opposition politicians ask. It's because they haven't been on the ground. They haven't seen what we do. I just give you a small list. Every year, Chongpang alone, we give Hong Paos to more than 2,000 seniors. Over the past, and that's not government money, over the past 5 years, we have given more than $400,000 for senior citizens in Chongpang. We have the Nee Soon Football and Study Program. We have helped over 700 students. They come, they play football, and they study. We have raised more than $1 million to help our students improve their studies while we do the football program. We have given thousands of bursaries and scholarships through the EMB, but also other schemes where I and my grassroots leaders and other MPs raise money, including the Chongpang Bursary Scholarship. And all the other constituencies do something similar. This year, we launched the new schemes, Kids Care. 700 primary and secondary students from middle income and lower income families, they received some money from raised by us. Since 2011, we have supported more than 280 ITE and NITEC students. We have spent more than $500,000 helping them. For residents, because of inflation, on top of what the government was giving, we gave out Nee Soon Care vouchers. More than 30,000 households have benefited. Plus, we launched a program, Nee Soon Care, each dollar, every heart. $1 ticket, $20 of purchase per household. We have had 2 rounds. So somebody came to me and asked, sir, after election got or not? I said 4 times, 2 now, 2 after elections. 4 times. And if necessary, we will do more. But, you know, it's beyond just facilities. It's beyond providing financial help. It's about kindness. It's about sustainability. It's about community sharing. It's about mental wellness. We supported the Tai Ho Kwan Chongpang Social Service Hub to care for our elderly. The Nee Soon East Community Farm, the largest sustainable playground in Singapore. SASCO at Khatib, Rice Community to support men from lower income backgrounds with coaching and peer support, something that Carrie Tan did. The digital literacy programs, community fridge, community shop. I can go on, but you can take it. We worked very hard to help the residents in Nee Soon. And at the town council, we manage your money very carefully. We ran surpluses We used the savings to upgrade our neighborhood across the town. We stretched every dollar to give back more. I appointed Derek in the previous term as a banker. You manage the town council, you manage our money. And I told him, even though he is stepping down, he has to continue to help us. Now, you know, many of you, a new integrated hub is coming up, 7-story, one-stop hub for all your needs. New community club, the Chongpong Integrated Hub. Many of you would have seen the designs, beautiful building, swimming pools, hawker center, retail outlets, fitness studio, covered car park for 300 plus lots, all under one roof. So we have set out to build good infrastructure in Nisun, and at the same time, we have tried to make Nisun a home with a heart. Yeah. Have we succeeded? It's always work in progress, but I think the residents, all of you know the answer. Countless residents come up to me and tell me how things have changed, how they have improved. So in this general election in Nisun, we have 4 new candidates together with me. They have different strengths. Now, one fun fact. Fun fact is, I think this slate, in the 37 years I've been here, this slate has 2 of the tallest and 2 of the shortest candidates. But they are all very good. Okay. Jackson is somebody I talent spotted. He was my branch secretary. Huiying was talent spotted by engineer Dr. Lee Biwa. Together, Huiying and Jackson have a total of 30 years in Nisun, helping people. 30 years together, almost as long as I've been an MP. Volunteering in grassroots, they know Nisun very well. The other 2, Hanyan and Dr. Harun, they are new, but they have long years of service to the community outside of Nisun. And as I said when introducing them, Dr. Harun and Hanyan, I have very high hopes that the Prime Minister will appoint them as office holders. So if this team gets elected, and if the Prime Minister has space and he thinks like I do, which sometimes is the case, then you will have 3 office holders in Nisun. Now, the 2 candidates I know very well, Huiying and Jackson, for a long time. The other 2, I've interviewed them. Short time, but I watched them on the ground. I have every confidence that they will be able to serve you very, very well. This is the team that will work for you. Together, we will continue to build an even better Nisun. Let me say a few words in Tamil before I come back to switch back and end my address in English. அன்புள்ள நீசூன் குடியிருப்பாளர்களே, இந்த தேர்தல் ஒரு இக்கட்டான சூழ்நிலையில் நடைபெறுகிறது. உலகத்தில் இக்கட்டான சூழ்நிலையில் நடைபெறுகிறது. உலக பொருளியல் இக்கட்டான நிலையில் இருக்கிறது. எதிர்காலம் எப்படி இருக்கும் என்று கூறுவது கடினம். அதே சமயத்தில் இந்த தேர்தலில் உங்களுக்கு மக்கள் செயல் கட்சியின் நீங்கள் உங்களுடைய ஆதரவை தந்தீர்களானால் வலுவான அரசாங்கத்தை நாங்கள் அமைக்க முடியும். எந்த மாதிரியான சூழல் வந்தாலும் அதை சமாளிக்கும் திறமை நமக்கு இருக்கும். எந்த சூழலையும் எந்த பிரச்சனைகளையும் சமாளிக்கும் திறமை அரசாங்கத்துக்கு இருக்க வேண்டும். அதற்காக நீங்கள் எங்களுக்கு உங்களுடைய ஆதரவை 65 வருஷத்துக்கு மேலாக தந்த ஆதரவை தொடர்ந்து தர வேண்டும் என்று கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம். Go back to. Now, in closing, I ask you, dear residents, please give us your support, your trust, as you have done at every election before now. And let me end by asking you to join me in 3 cheers. Majula PAP.
Majula PAP.
Majula Singapura. Majula PAP.
Majula PAP.
Majula Singapura.
Majula Singapura.
Majula PAP.
Majula.
Majula Singapura.
Majula Singapura.
Thank you.